Tonight is the State of the Nation address, but I'm going to save you 3 hours of pain and misery and sum it up in 2 words. Murtu. South Africa is Murtu. And we all know it. You don't need anyone to convince you of that. It isn't going to help to sit and listen to be gaslit by Cyril from his party of crooks, telling you that things aren't really as bad as they are and they aren't as incompetent as we think they are, because of course they are. You haven't got to watch the genocidal maniac in his red outfit licking his lips at the prospect of becoming deputy president in a few months' time. And you haven't to watch the indignity of the ostrich party in blue, imagining that somehow it can save South Africa, that miraculously the multi-party charter is going to deliver them into power, because of course it's not. And we've just seen in these latest 2 sets of polls in these last couple of days that there's absolutely zero prospect whatsoever of the multi-party charter and the DA leading South Africa post-2024. We're going to have an ANC-led government, almost certainly in coalition and likely with Julius Malema's EFF. And however bad you think the state of the nation is, then in a year's time we're going to come back and it's going to be irreparably worse. And all that leaves over is one question, and one question only: what are you going to do about it? How are you going to act in the best interests of your family, of yourselves, of your children, of your neighbours, in your community? And in the Western Cape, the answer is as obvious as the day is long. We've never ever voted, the majority have never ever voted for the ANC. There's no prospect of the Western Cape voting in an ANC EFF coalition government. That is only going to happen to us if we remain in South Africa. And if we leave South Africa, then it won't happen to us at all. And we can elect our own government and we can create a prosperous, non-racial future at South Africa's, or Africa's, southern tip, the Cape of Good Hope. And when we come back next year for the State of a Nation, it can be for the Cape of Good Hope. It can be our new country, and actually we can be, instead of going down and down and down, we can already be on this upward trajectory. But what's one critical thing is the part of that, and that is we need a referendum on Cape independence. A referendum that polling shows 68% of Western Cape voters want. And all we need to do is put enough political pressure on our Premier, who is ignoring the democratic will of the Western Cape people, to call that referendum. We don't need to beg the ANC. We don't need the permission of the South African government. In the Constitution, the Western Cape Premier can call a referendum on Cape independence. We just need to make sure that he does. And of course, that's exactly why we created the Referendum Party here, to force the Western Cape Premier to call a referendum on Cape independence. And if you want that, and we said, look, we're not going to remove the DA from power. That's not our purpose. We know that nobody wants, or nobody sensible wants, the ANC back into power in the Western Cape. So we're promising that we'll vote with the DA to allow them to remain in power. So you haven't got to worry about that, but vote for us and we will force that DA government to call a referendum on Cape independence, so we can create a prosperous, non-racial, positive future, and we can start this upward trajectory and create a better future for all of us. If you want to know more about us, visit our website, www.referendumparty.org, or follow us on social media at Vote Referendum. My name's Phil Craig and I lead that party, and I hope that you're going to vote for us in 2024 so we can create this better future.